I finally found somebody that's actually starting to see the forest for the trees. Yes, the mainstream media hasn't picked up on this yet. A lot of the mind-numbed talking heads on the right still haven't figured it out yet. What we've been saying from day one when it comes to Trump, that, hey, the Democrats don't want to keep him from running. They want him to run. Coulter put out a piece, and I got to go over it today because it's classic. Now, some people like Ann, some people hate Ann, and I'm going to be honest with you. I've met her on a couple of occasions, and she was nothing but nice as nice could be, polite, wonderful conversation. I get it. Some of her columns can be quite vitriolic and quite biting, but she's highly intelligent and good at what she does. Do I always agree with her? No, I don't. But I got to admit, she's had some pretty bold calls over the past couple of years. I remember when she actually goes on Bill Maher's program, and I mean, you watch the entire panel freak out when she called that Trump was going to win. And again, she was a big backer of Trump until, in her opinion, what she said, until Ivana and Jared decided to take over. But anyway, here's her piece. A few years ago, I posted this riddle on Twitter. What's easier to roll than an Easter egg? Answer, Donald Trump. Now I can add what's easier to roll than Donald Trump. Answer, Republican voters. Democrats are playing Republicans like a fiddle. Yep. The left's sole objective is to make Trump the Republicans' 2024 presidential nominee. He's already lost. Again, these are all things that we talked about here on the program. He's already lost 3 election cycles for the GOP. Why not make it 4? A month ago, things weren't looking good for the donkeys. Right after Trump announced for president last November, he could have gone on a witness protection program. Even Fox News cut away from his announcement speech. He had to have dinner with a noted Hitler enthusiast to get any attention. And when he spoke at CPAC in February, the room was half empty. Looming before them was the threat from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. He was beating Trump in the presidential polls without even announcing. He'd scored victory after victory against Democrats and won his re-election bid in a purple state by 20 points, despite attacks from Trump. Now, and it's no longer a purple state thanks to DeSantis. It's a red state. Against DeSantis' smarts and energy, the Democrats would be running President's senile dementia and a vice president whose sole credentials are she's black and a woman. She said it. I agree with it. But anyway, they had only one hope. Get Trump the nomination. Oh, he's a danger to the nation. Never have we faced such peril. Now let's do everything we can to make sure that he gets the nomination. Again, people, you be like Neo, okay? You got to see the Matrix, okay? You have to see what's going on here. That's why Democrats indicted Trump on absurd charges this week, with the media covering the event like it was the capture of Osama bin Laden. Today, the party mandarins are sitting around laughing as Republicans trip over themselves to defend Trump. She goes on. She said, the whole point of my book, Resistance is Futile, how the Trump-hating left lost its collective mind. Instead of attacking Trump for the things he'd actually done, liberals would run off and make wild charges, forcing normal people to say, I don't like the guy, but he's not a Russian agent. Makes sense, right? The endless stream of preposterous charges against Trump only helped him. So why not launch another ridiculous accusation to help him get the nomination? And that's exactly what they did in last year's GOP primaries, supporting Trump's nut bar candidates, knowing they would go on to lose a general election. By boosting Trump's candidates, Democrats managed to pull out a historic midterm victory for Biden. Again, we talked about this here. Again, this all goes, mentioned Rush Limbaugh on the other podcast today. Do you remember when he ran on Operation Chaos, was it called? Did he call it? This was back when he was trying to keep Hillary in the primaries against Obama. And, it's kind of a joke, but he did it. But Democrats took that ball and said, that's brilliant, Rush. We're going to run with that. We're going to run with that. We're going to push. They're actually having people switching parties, doing what they could to get Trump candidates to run because they knew they'd lose.